Well, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We are so honored that you would join us today as we commemorate and celebrate the expansion here at Village of Hope. I'm John. I get to serve as the chaplain here on site, and I'm excited just to be here with you to offer a word of welcome and then begin our time with a very, very, very short prayer. In a minute, we'll acknowledge some really key partners in the project, some of you without whom the expansion wouldn't have been successful, wouldn't have even been possible. Right now, I just want to recognize the fact that we have representatives from all over Salem here. Sectors and unique corners of the broader Salem community are here with us, and that is goodness to us. That is a gift. It is grace, and it's worth pointing out. For me, at least, because we exist in the Christian tradition, and in our tradition, we often talk about God in the language of Trinity, of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, which is to say that in our tradition, we experience a God who is community, whose fundamental identity is relationship. And then our tradition likes to say that we humans are only ever who we are in the context of relationship, because we bear that image. We get to embody that identity in our own selves, in our own lives. And so the significant goodness of today for us is that you are here with us. You are reminding us at Church of the Park that we do not exist in isolation, that we are only ever the deepest and truest and most beautiful versions of ourselves because we have been loved and we have been cared for and we have been supported into those versions by so many of you. So thank you for reminding us by being here today that we are not alone in the world or in the work that we do. One of the fundamental biases we have as an institution even is that homelessness is ultimately a symptom of broken relationships. And so therefore, the very first task and most enduring task of all of our programs is to attend to relationships, to pay attention to and respond to the wounds and the traumas of isolation and withdrawal and neglect and survival mode. And then to try to restore what has been broken into something that is new and beautiful and might be the seedbed of new life. So you're helping us do that today by being here. You're here to celebrate with us the opportunity that we have to continue doing that at an expanded version of ourselves. That we get to invite more humans who are desperate to know that there is a place, a corner of the earth where they are welcome, where they get to belong, where they are seen and cared for and loved. Thank you. That's why they pay me. But we are celebrating today this opportunity we have to invite more humans to experience spaces of safety and care and compassion so that they might be loved into their most beautiful versions. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support that you have given. Thank you for the partnership and the collaboration and the stewardship that many of you have pledged over 20 plus years. And whether you have been with us along for the journey since those very first days in 2007, or if today is your first day being with us in community at Church of the Park, we are grateful that we are being reminded again that we are not alone in the world, that we exist within a city that is seeking to care well for one another. And so this is privilege for us to host you. I'm gonna offer, like I said, a very short prayer to begin our time, and then my colleague Josh will take it over from here. So would you join me in whatever way is authentic to you? God of community, thanks for the goodness and the beauty of today and of this place. Thank you for a city and a community trying desperately to love and serve one another well. And thank you for the ways that that love and care extends to us here at Village of Hope. Enter into this space now, and through the new doorways and into the added rooms, make yourself at home here, reminding us that you are our eternal host. Live among us inspire our imaginations of your beloved community. May every table that is sat at and every conversation that is had, every meal that is shared and every load of laundry delivered, every joke told and tear shed, every housing and job application that is filled and submitted again, and filled and submitted again, and filled and submitted again, and every smile and handshake and hug, may it all pull us deeper into the mystery of your grace and into a reality that feels more and more and more like heaven on earth. In the name of the Father who is for us, and the Son who is with us, and the Spirit who unites us all in the never-ending dance of love, amen. Amen and amen, and thank you for being here.
Well, hello. My name is Josh Erickson, and it is one of my great privileges to be the COO for Church at the Park. And one of my roles is to do project management and build-outs. And so if you love what you see, please let me know. If you don't, Mike back there from Nordyke. But no, I love these events because it is such a pleasure to be with people who are with us, who are concerned about their community, who see a need and are excited to see a need filled. And whether you're a partner, you're a donor, you're a neighbor, you're just a community member that's excited for this, I am grateful for you. And the energy that you bring today is so invigorating. And so I really do appreciate you all being here. And one of the gratitudes I also get to bring today is through a land acknowledgement. So if you'll join me in acknowledging that this land on which we gather, we are on the ancestral homeland of the Kalapuya people, who have stewarded this land since time immemorial. Today, they are represented by the Confederated Tribes of Grand Rod and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. We recognize that the Kalapuya people lived in deep relationship with this land for generations until their forced removal following the Willamette Valley Treaty of 1855. We acknowledge this history with respect and gratitude. We honor the indigenous peoples of this land, past, present, and future, and we recognize the enduring relationship between people and place. As we gather to mark this new beginning, we do so with appreciation for the land itself and for those who have cared for it across generations. Thank you. So first, I would just love to thank our generous donations that help make this a reality. And one of those major partners for us in this was the Lawrence E. Tokarski Charitable Trust. And so thank you so much for your partnership and for your willingness to invest into this property. You know, we would not be here without a lot of partnership. And to be honest, I am not a great contractor or I have no history in the world of development. So I'm not here and doing this work without great partners. So I want to just thank, I see Cody back there from CB2. So thank you so much for helping us with our architecture and making sure that this site is doing what it's supposed to do and fulfills the needs of the city. So thank you so much for your partnership. Our contractor for the project is Nordyke, and Mike and Ernie and the team back here. Luis is also a big partner for us. And so thank you so much for all the work that you've done to get us here. The beautiful fence that you see around here is from On Point Fencing. So thank you so much for the work that they're doing. We also had some more work done with our plumbing, and we have more to come, as you'll see. But Judson's Plumbing was a major partner there. And for electricity, Northside Electric helped us a ton. So thank you all. One of the coolest things about this project is that in partnership with a local nonprofit, with the Kroc Center, they had an iBuild program where they were working with teens to do construction and learn a trade. And so actually, all of these first couple rows of these newer pods were all started by that program and then completed by Better Built Barns. And so very excited for that partnership and really honored to be able to be a part of that with them. And lastly, we exist because of a lot of partnerships to help our day-to-day operations continue. So we are funded by the state of Oregon through their sheltering program to do the work here on the ground. But we would not exist here without the investment from the city of Salem. And so to those counselors, the mayors that have worked alongside of us, that helped us get these sites started, we wouldn't be here without their initial investment and without them having the willingness to help us get it done. So thank you so much to the city of Salem. And it's a pleasure to introduce to you a former counselor, well, I guess current counselor, and the mayor-elect, Vanessa Nordyke, and we are super grateful for her investment as a counselor, and we're very excited and encouraged for our future partnership. So, Vanessa.
Thank you so much, Josh. I am proud to be a volunteer at Church of the Park. I have volunteered to cook and serve breakfast at the location at Cascade Gateway. And as DJ knows, I love to show up unannounced at your shelters to see how things are going. And I showed up unannounced at this shelter a few months ago, and I was so impressed. Clean. The people felt safe. I talked to the unsheltered residents who call this place home, telling me how life-changing it is to be here. So I want to extend my deepest gratitude to all of the staff at Church of the Park, all the volunteers, everyone who donates a little bit of money each month to Church of the Park. You are saving lives. In preparation for today, I remembered a short fable that I'd read a while ago called The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, from Ursula Le Guin. It's a philosophical fable about a seemingly utopian city whose collective prosperity and happiness depended entirely and exclusively upon the suffering of one child. And the story described in painstaking detail how deep that suffering was and how everyone in the city knew about it. But the story concludes by saying that there were those who walked away from that, knowing that they could not reconcile that trade-off. Every modern society is at risk of normalizing suffering, of turning a blind eye to those on the streets. Because make no mistake, living on the streets is suffering. You're in constant fear. Your safety is constantly at risk. Your belongings are always at risk. And until you can find safety in a shelter like that provided Church of the Park, you will always be looking over your shoulder. But those who walk away from Omelas agree with a lot of others' feelings. I remember Dr. King saying, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Or as I like to think of it, it shouldn't have to happen to you for it to matter to you. So the staff at Church of the Park, you know this, you live and breathe this work every day. You will not turn away from suffering. You will lean into it. You will not normalize suffering in our society. You will support those every single day. And so I want to share my deepest gratitude because without Church of the Park, we would have so many more people on the streets, so many more people suffering every single day. And we need to stop the vilification of those and figure out how we lean into the data-informed work that Church of the Park does every single day. So thank you so much for having me. I was honored to play a small part in helping to lay the groundwork for this, and we need so much more of this. So thank you so much for having me. And I think I would now have the distinct pleasure of turning it over to the pastor and CEO at Church of the Park, DJ Vincent. Big round of applause for DJ.
Well, if we haven't met yet, those of you who know me know that I would really like to meet you and see how you could be connected more to our work and partner with us even more deeply. I am just overwhelmed by the amount of people who would take time in their day-to-day to celebrate with us this moment where we're getting to expand this banquet of love and acceptance for those who need it most in our community. And it did start in 2007. And it started with people in multiple faith communities saying, we see small ways that we could share food, blankets, relationship with those living at Cascade Gateway Park. And for about 10 years, that's what it was, a relationship-driven work that referred people to every other work in our community. And we are so thankful for every one of those partners still today. So many of them have taken time out of their day to come and to celebrate with us, just like we celebrate with them, the wins in their organizations. As we continued to grow, as Josh mentioned, it is because of the vision of the city of Salem that said, we have this ability to see like Church at the Park sees, with eyes of compassion. And that's our number one value, because you can only act within the world that you see. And so first of all, we have to evaluate, can we see every person as inextricably good? Can we see that every person in our community has value? That we don't matter any more than any other person, whether they're sleeping on our sidewalk, in a park, in Illahee, or in a beautiful neighborhood, in one of our apartments, in an affordable housing. Everyone matters. And as we leaned into that ability to see, the next thing we needed as a value is to believe that we could actually build a healthy relationship with other folks. Our second value recognizes that the folks that we serve have experienced deep trauma. And that deep trauma does come out of broken relationships. And the only way that we could possibly imagine that we were going to build a healthy relationship is to get close to those folks. Our team has the distinct honor of having time to see and build a relationship with up to 2,000 folks a year. And we commit ourselves to going out and learning those stories, learning those names. Here behind us at the Village of Hope, it has been able to serve 80 people at a time. After today, it's going to be able to serve 112 people at a time. Some folks tell us, even on a weekly basis, try to remind us that, well, maybe some people don't actually want to get help. We have a wait list for this site of over 3,000 people. 1,500 of those people were added to the wait list just last year. Those are real people that we have a real relationship with, that we've heard their story, that they have a real application, and they want help. They want to be seen. They want to be supported to next steps. And they are saying yes to their development, to their progress. But we can only serve 112 at a time of 3,000. When you're in relationship with folks, you actually need to listen to what they're saying their needs are. We're so honored that we have staff who are just expert navigators, community health workers. They listen to where people are at to understand, do they need to start with their health care? Do they need to start with a job and income? And every one of our navigators is focused on getting people into permanent housing. Because of that focus, even at this site where we're serving a lot of folks who have experienced chronic homelessness, we see over 50% of those folks every year get into housing. Last year, this team moved over 100 people back into housing. And that's an amazing effort. And it only happens when we're truly listening with empathy and understanding where to start with people, how to do things with people rather than to do things to people, or even to do things for people. We have to be coming alongside. The fastest growing group of people becoming homeless across the nation, in our state, and here in Marion-Polk County are seniors. It's a verifiable data point. And we have to respond as a community. And that is what the Tokarski Foundation said yes to. They had ears to hear. And they said, how can you serve more of those seniors becoming homeless? And we said that we could expand this site to add 32 more beds with the staff that we have. To give you just one example of what that looks like, a woman named Juanita last year went into the hospital to find out that her cancer was highly advanced. So when she was exiting the hospital, she had been living in her van, but she needed to be in a care facility. And then as the care facility, the time was up, she needed to be in an apartment, but there wasn't an apartment available. So she ended up staying here at the Village of Hope at 82 years old. Now, in some ways, we are honored to serve her, to see her, to love her, to create acceptance in a place where now she can be in an apartment. But what about the Juanitas who are on the wait list, who aren't being cared for? The next thing that we have to value and do in our organization is practice peacemaking. It can't be okay that we would be in rivalry with our neighbors. It's not okay for us to be in tension with any other partner in this community, service provider, shelter provider. The way that our navigation team gets people housed is by working with anyone who wants to help the people that we're sheltering. One of the ways that we do that peacemaking is, when the city of Salem wasn't able to fund our work anymore, we went and talked to the folks at the state. And one of the people we talked to was Representative Tom Anderson, who was serving on the Housing and Homelessness Committee. And because of advocacy from us, from Community Action, from the Homeless Alliance, we were able to see a state shelter program initiated this last year. I just want the people who are here to know, without that program, without your legislators doing the hard work of passing a brand new bill and creating a brand new program, we wouldn't be able to do all the work that we're doing. This could have been a tragedy. And so because of that, I wanted to thank Representative Anderson and also give him the space to share a few words with us before I continue on. Can you help me welcome him?
I don't need to tell you about all the good that the Village of Hope is going to do here. I don't need to tell you that they are going to do everything they can to be a good neighbor. I'm honored and proud to have a small part in this because I was on the city council for 8 years and now I'm on the legislature for 4 years. But before that, I come from a family of ministers, including my father, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my uncle, and my nephew. I usually say, as a lawyer in a family of ministers, either I'm the black sheep or the lucky one. But one of my father's continual saying, he was in a big church in Chicago, he was involved in racial, social, economic justice issues, was, The poor and dispossessed of our world do not need charity, they need justice. So that's what we are starting here, and I'm proud to be a small part of it, and onward and upward. Thank you.
Again, each person here is helping us extend this banquet of love and acceptance. And we're asking you to join us in living out that banquet, in offering it. Join us in our values. Embody them. Live them out. Challenge yourself to see with compassion. Challenge yourself to build relationship with maybe the people that don't look like you, or love like you, or live where you live. I know I still need to practice listening with empathy. You can ask my wife, she's here. We're all growing and living out these values. And I would challenge all of us who are here to practice peacemaking with every other leader, organization, representative who's here. It's together that we can build the kind of Salem where everybody belongs, where everybody has a place, not by making enemies, not by drawing our lines. And that's our final value. We are committed to cultivating belonging, to being a part of a community where everyone belongs, especially the most vulnerable, but also the rich. One of the people who model cultivating belonging for our community is the manager of this site, Jennifer Whitman. We believe wholeheartedly at Church at the Park that the people we get to host and serve, they have so much to teach us, so much life to share, so much courage and resiliency that all of us can learn from. And Jennifer models that in her leadership every day. She's a person who's experienced the hardship and the traumas of what it means to be unsheltered. But she also knows the joy and the victory of building healthy relationships with other people and what it looks like to be interdependent with other people. And just like we value peer work in everything we do, we so value the leadership that Jennifer and her team bring to this site. And so it's my honor to ask Jennifer to share a few words with us.
Hello, everybody. First of all, thank you for coming today. Thank you for being a part of our community. Thank you for spending time with us. It is an honor to work here and be a part of your community as well. I am Jennifer Whitman. I am the manager here at VOH. And working here at the shelter, you recognize that there are many moving parts to keeping the shelter going. Each person that comes in here and does the work, they show up with their best no matter what. It is such an honor to work with the team that I get to do daily work with and be a part of this team. So at this moment, I would like to take the time to mention the people that show up every day and work at VOH. I'm going to start out with our maintenance team, Chuck and Matt, our restoration team, Della and Jen, our peer support team, Nicole Wink, Dale Nelson, David Sanchez, our case managers, Alexandra Gonzalez, Gideon Giles, sanitation, Robin James, our shelter staff, Barry McGarvey, Zato T, Nicholas McGuire, Taylor Less, Nathaniel Jensen, Armando Colucci, Catherine M., Aiden Spencer, Natani Waller, Justin McDougall, and our assistant manager, Sarita Gutierrez. We also would like to mention Renata Chalukian. She was promoted to leadership in the Polk County area, so she'll be out there serving that community, but she spent a lot of time working with our guests here. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the honor to stand here.
All right, in just a moment, Jackie Ellerbrock is going to come from the Salem Chamber and share a few words and get us all lined out for this ribbon cutting. And as she's preparing to come, I realized I wanted to share a poem with you. Each week, our staff has a focus and a reminder of our values, and we have been talking this week about hospitality. And it's a beautiful moment to think about the new hospitality we're going to be able to offer to 32 more folks. And there's a poet named Rumi who lived in the 13th century and actually had some incredible wisdom to share with us about the hospitality that we will be sharing here, but also an encouragement for all of us who are able to attend today. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may clear you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. It's such an honor to share this time with you, and it's an honor to welcome Jackie to our space.
I was going to thank Jennifer for setting the mic for me. My name is Jackie, and I'm Director of Operations for the Salem Chamber. I have the privilege to stand before you on behalf of Tom Hofford, who sends his condolences for not being here. He was injured, so he's unavailable. But in his absence, I get the privilege to stand in for him. And what an honor it is. We have our chamber staff team here. We have a couple of board members. We have some ambassadors that are here to celebrate with you. And the chamber is not just about business, it's about community. And every single one of you represents what we are about. So I'm incredibly honored and blessed to stand before you and thank you for what you do for our community, because that's what we need every single day. It warms my heart to see all these smiling faces. So each one of you sitting here today has blessed me today just by your presence. So know that. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I know many of you, and it's an honor. So as I stand here, I just want you to know I am just beaming with pride of that we as a chamber have a privilege to be part of this. So thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the time.
Thank you to one of our amazing neighbors in this community who made the cookies for us today. And that we have an amazing supporter group of neighbors who have really helped us communicate with different folks. And after the ribbon cutting, we are going to offer tours. And what you need to look for is there are 5 people who are going to have a little there's an example right there. So Helena is holding up a 1. So if you want to go on a tour, you need to find a tour guide. And so you'll need to find one of those 5 folks. Maybe you don't have quite enough time for a full tour, which will take about 30 minutes. Jordan will be over here by these shipping containers to talk to you all about volunteering and partnership. Josh Erickson will be over here at the bike barn to talk about site logistics. And if you have any grievances, Josh Erickson will be over there by the bike barn. If you have any just really nice things you want to share, I will wait over here by the fence. Okay, so with that, if you are an elected official, we just really want to honor the fact that, it's together. We're doing this work, and we're so appreciative of you. So we want you to join us in the ribbon cutting festivities. And then anyone who works for Church at the Park, we want you to move quickly over for the ribbon cutting as well. So thank you so much.